Gentlemen, we meet again. Gather around one and all. Grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and buckle in because this is going to be an education for your ass. I've seen countless videos about dating Filipinos from other vloggers, but none came at it from the angle I'm about to. And I highly advise you to save this video in your bookmarks to revisit some of the things I will be detailing in this video because you're definitely going to want to revisit.
Trust me.
If you find this forthcoming information interesting or helpful, please do your boy a favor and like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment. Above all, I am interested in your opinions on the information I am putting forth to the masses. That said, without further ado, let's get it. I was going to do a recap of the previous video, but this video is already going to be a bit long. So if you haven't watched the previous video, I do highly advise you to do so because it will give you greater context. That said, I'm going to jump right into this. I said in my previous video, Filipinas are the cherry on top of the cake. And for the most part, it is a joy to date them. Some good qualities they have, they're feminine, they're beautiful. They're inspirational, cooperative, fit, submissive, family oriented, and they have a comforting character. And when I say beautiful, I truly mean beautiful. And here's a little nugget for you fellas. It's best to when you're looking for a Filipina for a serious relationship, no matter how beautiful you think she is, I cannot stress enough, do not get caught up in her outer beauty because you're going to see another beautiful Filipina, even more beautiful than her, and 50 feet from where you met this one. After 1 year of being here in the Philippines, it still staggers me to see so many beautiful women walking about. Like, golly, man, what is this all about? And your man's in them pointing out one fine Filipina that you missed because you're looking at another fine one. And you be like,
Lord have mercy. The Lord is my shepherd. He know what I want. Excuse me, brother. Miss Parker! Miss Parker!
now all I know how to do is be direct, so I'll be direct and say most men are not ready for Filipinas and who they are to their core. And as I said before, Filipinas are different and quite hypnotic to the layman, and they often yield a type of power over some men. But like that one movie said that one time, with great power comes great responsibility. And let me tell you lads, there are plenty of Filipinas here that use their power for evil on their prey. And who is their prey, you may ask?
That who will be you?
That's precisely why there's so many scamming videos on YouTube pertaining to Filipinas. Because they can get you to do things out of your character that you wouldn't normally do. And before you know it, you've been had.
I say it again, you've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
You hear me? Most men are ill prepared. It takes you bumping your head a time or two so you can learn those hard lessons, and that's the reality of it. You wait for the swelling to subside, and then you move on to the next one. And if you're in some other country and has never dealt with the Filipina that hasn't been westernized, I know you just can't fathom what I'm on about. And that thought is truly nothing more than a case of you don't know what you don't know. And trust me, you don't know. You just don't. And if you mess around and get a Filipina that knows how to use her powers for evil, it could be as fast as 1 minute you're laying there out of breath. And you're replaying the recent 3-minute heavyweight bout in your head where she knocked your punk ass out, and all you can think is,
That girl got game.
as you're laying there, you all in love and shit, and then you mess around and blink too long and find yourself flat on your back for a totally different reason after metaphorically being kicked in the ding-ding.
What is this kicker brother in the ding-ding-dang?
You looking up at the sky thinking, what the hell just happened?
What in the hell was that all about?
But it's too late. She played you like the fool that you were. But how could this happen to you? No, not to you. She told you that she loves you, and you two had plans for the future. You're too smart to fall for these womanly tricks, black magic in her bedroom voodoo she uses to beguile men.
You a damn fool.
At this point, all you can do is dust yourself off and learn from it. Just don't make the same mistakes next time. I'm trying to tell you.
True story.
Take it slow, my friends. Take it slow. And now a few pointers for dealing with them. And for the most part, Filipinos are pretty easy to deal with in general. They do their best to take care of their man. That includes cleaning, cooking different meals multiple times a day, doing the dishes, doing the laundry, and just generally the things that Western women have an issue with in 2025. From my experience, Filipinos actually get a sense of accomplishment for taking care of their man. And what a novel idea that is, huh? And in turn, because she's such a sweet woman, you want to do your part and be a good man to her and take care of her. Well, I mean, that's at least how I responded to such good treatment from my woman. I don't know how you will respond to such good treatment. There are a few things that you can actually generalize about Filipinos. They're very sweet and loving, and overall, it's pretty easy to make them happy. Simply give them a microphone and let them sing, and they are in heaven. I'm trying to tell you, karaoke is a way of life here, and it is staggering how I've never personally met a Filipina that couldn't sing. And I'm talking about the American Filipinas too. They sing around the house while doing anything, like browsing on their phones, browsing on the computers, cooking, cleaning, and just generally doing household chores. It truly does brighten up the place, and I honestly miss it when there is no singing in the house. You don't believe me? You don't believe how much they sing and how much they love it and how well they are at it? Well, lend me your ears. But that's just one example, right? Oh, you think this is a game? You think they do this for fun? Well, they love karaoke. And if there's ever a Filipino gathering, best believe there will be karaoke there, and a microphone will be put in your face, and you will be expected to sing, bad voice and all. I specifically bring this up because it is very important to Filipino culture. So set aside any shyness you may have and grab the mic when it's put in your face. And sing. They're always very supportive anyway, and will say you sing very well, even though you don't even know what a key is, let alone sing in one. But yeah, expect it.
It's inevitable.
I want to give you lads a few rules that will help you when dealing with the Filipino. But before I do, above it all, whether it's dealing with the Filipino or a woman from another country, move as you are the prize. No matter how many women say it or how many think they are the prize, it will never be true. And I expect you to move as such, gentlemen. I challenge any woman to refute my claim. The man is the provider. The man is the leader. The man provides security for the family, so on and so forth. Simply put, you are upgrading her life and not the other way around. Do not allow yourself to take a backseat to her because she is fine as wine. Don't do it. Remember, hypergamy is a thing, and it's more of them, beautiful women that is, than there are men that can upgrade a woman's life, no matter what country. They are looking for you more than you are looking for them. Remember my words. I've had some conversations recently and realized there are a troubling number of men that doesn't know what hypergamy is and why it is very important to their lives. So, before I go any further, here is your 52 seconds education.
In short, hypergamy is the tendency in women to mate and date up in status hierarchies. For instance, women generally want men who are older, taller, stronger, higher status, higher earning, etc. We've also talked about how women treat men the way men treat jobs. This means that all things being equal, women are going to choose their most compelling overall offer. And this also means that women mate or date for gain. They want something better than they currently have. That's the hyper part of hypergamy. Simply breaking even is generally not sufficient incentive for a woman to initiate a sexual relationship. Irrespective of whether it's something casual or something more long-term, women must benefit from the interaction in order to justify the risk and the opportunity cost of pursuing that particular relationship.
All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Lads, I'm pretty sure most of you have no idea that in all relationships, there is an adored and an adorer. These are in fact gender neutral, so the man can be the adored or the adorer, and the converse goes for the woman. But there is a huge but. Because of a woman's hypergamous nature, it is better for the man to be the adored rather than the adorer. And I can bring this point home to you and make it make sense rather quickly. We all know the saying that women like the bad boys, or women hate nice guys, right? And just by me saying that alone, you should know where I'm going with this. A woman has to be very emotionally invested in your relationship so she is not bored. And you and your nice guy treatment, telling her how beautiful she is. Oh, honey, I want to take care of you for the rest of your life. I would do anything for you, baby. You are the adorer. And whilst you're working hard to keep her attention and show her how much you adore her, all the while, you are literally setting the table for your relationship's demise. Men are simple, and it does not take a lot to make us happy. But women and their psychology are much more complicated. I'm sure if you had a rethink over your past, well, maybe even your current relationship, and thought, I'm a good man, I take care of her, I do this, I do that, but it is still failing? Well, your failure could be attributed to one simple thing, and that thing is she is bored of you. Hence the saying, nice guys finish last. Have you ever taken a moment to think about where the hell did that saying even come from? Oh, I can preach up in this piece, but I won't.
Can I get an amen?
You have to go on your own journey of self-discovery so you have that moment of revelation that is eye-opening to your inadequacies and failures. And men, I know you. I know you want your peace inside your relationship. No drama. And that's because we as men have to fight outside our house to succeed. So you want your place of tranquility to be your home and the woman inside your home. The boring life is good for you, but not for your woman. She does not know what it's like to have to fight for every inch. And for the record, we're talking about good-looking women, right? Because there is a such thing as pretty privilege. Beautiful women literally have an easier life simply because they're beautiful. And that's a fact. I'm going to say this, then I'm going to move it along. A man is made. We have to make ourselves into high-value men that women want. But a woman is born with what men want first, and that's her looks. And how fair is that? Well, it doesn't matter. Life is not fair, and if anyone ever told you so, they lied to your punk ass. This mere fact alone is precisely why women know in their 20s they are at their peak value. That's why they want to get married in their 20s and put on tons of makeup to look young. And God knows what types of surgeries they do to their face and body to look young. They are born with it. They just have to maintain it so they can grab a man. So back to the crux of the matter. Are you the adored or the adorer? Yes, we all know women want a man to take care of them and have security for their future. But when she is the adorer is when it works best. Now that I gave you a brief education, so when I say the following, you'll know exactly why I say it. Do not gas these women up. Damn that. Don't chase their ass. If you have the feeling that you putting in more work than she is, then it's true, you are. So lose her ass and find another one. Remember, beautiful women are everywhere. Lastly on this topic, If you are a gentleman that has never studied hypergamy, the adored, and or the adorer, I highly recommend you do so. It will change your outlook on your life, the women you deal with in your life, and you will move differently going forward. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Here are 3 general rules when engaging with the Filipina. There are more rules, but learning and applying these 3 rules will get you off to a good head start. If you want another video with some additional tidbits and rules, please let me know in the comments.
Rule number 1.
Gentlemen, I know you've probably heard this before, but do not send any money to a Filipina that you haven't met in person. I promise you this will be harder than you think it is, but you work hard for your money, so don't just give it away not knowing if you're ever going to meet her. That said, you have to come here. If you have no intentions on coming here, then you're just wasting your time, and more likely than not, you're wasting your money as well. If you're not here in the Philippines and you want to use a dating app to find a Filipina, only start looking in the dating apps no more than 1.5 months out from your planned visit to the Philippines. 3 weeks would be ideal though. This is very intentional. Filipinas know they have options, and you talking to her 6 months out from your planned visit will only leave the door open for other men that are currently here in the Philippines or planning to visit in a few days to grab her attention. Furthermore, if you are using a dating app to find a good Filipina, do the following and do not waver on this next point. If you message a woman on a dating site and she responds with a not good or I have a problem, block her. I'm talking about no additional messages. No, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, or what's wrong?
Nada.
Block her. She will ask you for money after she feeds you her sob story, hoping to play on your heartstrings, and you will eat it up. She is one of the Filipinas that's using her powers for evil that I mentioned earlier. I don't give a damn how fine she is. Oh, look at that body. That body is as tight as a newly replaced guitar string, and you want to strum it to make sweet, sweet music. Block her. It will save you a lot of time and possibly a lot of money.
I have spoken.
I also want you to be very mindful if you are in another country. She very well may be able to conceal the fact that she is married with a litter of children, but she'll tell you that she's single and childless. I will take it a step further. There's plenty of stories where the Filipina is married, and when the expat actually gets here in country, she'll be your girlfriend while you're here, and the husband knows all about it, but literally doesn't care if you're banging his old lady out, as long as you're giving money to the Filipina, so she's giving it back to her husband to help her family. Don't ask me how this is a thing because it is beyond me, but it is in fact a thing here. I mean, what type of self-respecting man will allow his wife to do such a thing? I mean, especially when a cat like me get a hold to it, because I mean, your boy gonna be putting in work and they ain't even gonna be the same when she go back to him. You know what I'm saying? It's like wearing somebody else's bowling shoes. You know what I'm saying? You know that somebody else was recently there. It's just not the same. And the entire time you have those bowling shoes on, you have the thought that, this is unsanitary. And it feels all stretched out and just disgusting. So when you do find one that you think is a good woman, that you want to get to know her better, and for a possible LDR, or when you come to the Philippines, an actual in-person relationship, make sure you call her randomly throughout the day when you know she's awake. It's mainly to see if she answers and what's going on there, because if she's playing games with you, there will be a lot of missed calls from you, and she will give you the obligatory, I didn't have signal, I didn't hear the ringer, there was a brownout, or I was low bat. These are telltale signs that she's not playing it straight with you. So don't even waste your time trying to be a private investigator or ask these questions that she's going to inevitably lie to you about. Just throw the deuces and move on to the next one. I'm telling you. So get your ass over here once you've found the one that's worth your time. You have to see what her everyday life is like firsthand. And while we are on the subject, do not allow her to pick you up from the airport with her family. Listen, man, this is something that you may think that is sweet, but after you take the entire family of 10 and the neighbors out to lunch and dinner, you will see what the deal really is. Personally, I don't suggest her meeting you at the airport at all. You want to make a good first impression, and flying halfway around the world in a big metal tube for 15 plus hours, you're basically a big lump of skin when you land. All you want to do is take a shower and get into bed and relax. So having her meet you at the airport, you have to be on right away. And it's just not the best time for that. So insist on meeting her after you've had a good shower and a good night's sleep. If you've never flown more than 9 hours straight, I'm telling you, it blows, and you really should take my advice on this one and give it a night to recover. And as far as the dating apps go, while in country, you will find out rather quickly there are a lot of working girls on those apps. But I won't even broach how to deal with the pay to play women on those apps, as that has never been, nor will it ever be, my thing. And believe me when I tell you, you will encounter your fair share on the dating apps. I mean, just think about it. The dating apps is the watering hole where all of the men go. And you, my friend, are her prey. Oh no, I do have one little nugget on that. If you do want to use the dating apps for a quick nut, don't fall in love. If you want to partake in the working girls, just follow the old spiritual. Don't try to turn a 304 into a housewife.
That's all I have to say about that.
Rule number 2.
All right, fellas, rule number 2. When trying to find a Filipina, you have to ask yourself, what are your true intentions when looking for one? Because if you want to play around and sleep with as many women as you can because you're trying to catch up on lost time from being married and finally you sawed your leg off from the old ball and chain, there are plenty of Filipinas for that. Go to Angeles City or the red light districts in Metro Manila area and have a blast. But do not sell hopes and dreams to a good Filipina just so you can
Smash, smash, smash!
be a man and be upfront and tell them if you're not looking for anything serious. If you're just looking for a Filipina to smash and that will travel around the country with you for 2 weeks while you're visiting the Philippines, there are plenty of women here to do that with. Simply put, do not turn one of the good women here that only wants to be a good woman to you into a bad woman because you treated her like a pump and dump stock. Don't do it, lads. I implore you, and I must insist on this. They don't deserve to be used like that because you got your second win in life and you want some young poon. And I know you think of yourself as a good man, right? Well, here is one way that you can prove that you are indeed a good man. A good man does not use good women and discard them once you've had your fun with her. So be the good man that you think that you are and be straight up with her. Again, if you want to have your fun, there are plenty of women here in country to do that with.